to episode 4 of All Things Fight. I'm joined today by Dean Jones, John Forrester, Dan Jones as well. Too many Deans and Dans, myself, and Corey Barlow.
Yo.
So first we're going to talk to Dean, who's got a fight next week. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, well, I've got a fight in Cannock, an unlicensed semi-pro.
Yep.
It's there's about 15 fights on the night.
Yeah.
And £20 a ticket if you want to call.
All right, okay. So
what does it? Just talk through, like, for people. What does you mean by unlicensed?
Well, it's just.
It's not like, you know, someone's garage. Not.
No, it sounds worse than it is, but it's just basically it's like an amateur show, but a bit different. You don't wear the headgear, you don't wear vests. It's like everything's like professional, but obviously you've got people who can't get a professional license. You get a lot of ex-amateurs.
Yeah.
And it's shorter rounds. It's the same as the amateur, 3 2-minute rounds.
Right, okay.
And it's good.
do you want to talk to us about, beforehand we were saying that you've had some amateur fights in the past.
Yeah.
You've had 13 fights, is it?
No, I've had 9 in the amateurs.
9
and
in
the
the
rest have been unlicensed,
Unlicensed. Okay, so how come you did the switch over to unlicensed from amateur?
I just, to be in the amateurs, you got to be dedicated. You can't, you know me.
Yeah. Drinking.
Having fun. You can't do that in the amateurs.
No.
Back when I started, I took it serious, but now I'm a bit older, I just...
So do you reckon it's a good viewpoint for someone who's had a couple of amateur fights and instead of taking the step up to professional, but it's a good way for them to keep boxing?
Yeah, because definitely. Because a lot of the time you know when the date is you're fighting.
Yeah.
So if you drink and stuff on the weekend and eat, then you can give yourself 6 weeks beforehand
to get
fit.
shot.
Whereas in the amateurs, they could say, "Look, you're fighting tomorrow."
Right. Okay. So you need that fitness.
Always
constantly.
be ready. Yeah, you can't drink or nothing in the amateurs.
You mentioned that it's 3 2-minute rounds.
Yeah.
Now, would you train differently for this sort of fight than you would for an amateur fight?
No. I just the same thing. Just plenty of sparring, plenty of running, plenty of pads.
Yeah.
Just the same. Eat correct. A couple of 3 weeks before I do. I'm a bit of a fast food junkie. McDonald's, Subways every day.
See, believe it or not, I'm actually quite strict. See, this is the difference. Eat fast food and look like Dean, or be healthy and look like myself.
Yeah. You're better looking though, Sean.
Oh, cheers, Dean. I'd say that. Cheers, pal. So, do you know much about the guy you're fighting next week?
I know his name's Harry Smith. He got put on today. Yeah, he's just like me. He's about my height, my build.
Yeah.
He'll be fighting at 64 kg.
And what are you normally walking around at?
I walk around about 67, but...
So it's not too much of a cut to get down to.
What happens? Do you just get weighed on the day?
It's just
in the morning. Yeah.
And they give you a couple of kilograms anyway. I'm about 65, I think.
Right, so you're quite confident you'll make the weight on the day.
You'd lose that in water, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, you don't need to. You don't really need it. I could walk in at 66 and I'd be fine.
Yeah.
Right.
So, any more than that, though, they usually say do a bit of skipping. He'll have some food, and then they'll weigh you again.
Is that how they do it?
That's how they do it. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Do you reckon you'll ever have an amateur fight again?
Yeah, I will do. At our gym, well, you know that Ryan's come back and
Ryan, what's he?
Ryan Bratley.
He's the coach at Madeley Boxing.
Yeah, really good trainer, Ryan.
Yep.
If you're watching. But yeah, it went a bit, our gym, it was just, it went to a bit of a fitness gym, didn't it? And now it's all
a lot of it was circuits.
They're going to get lads medical and stuff. So hopefully then, I might do it. I want another shot at the championships, really.
Yeah. How old are you now, Dean?
27.
Have you got an aim you want to have a go before?
The championships is once a year, every October.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I've missed it this year, but next year...
It'd be something to aim for.
Yeah.
Would you prefer the amateur or the unlicensed stuff?
Well, the good thing about unlicensed, you get paid.
All right, okay.
It's better than a plastic trophy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get paid off ticket sales.
Right, okay.
Which is good.
So for everyone watching, Dean Jones on Facebook, if you do want a ticket.
Yeah, come
They're only 20 quid.
Is it the same weight categories for unlicensed boxing as do they all just stay the same?
Yeah, it's all the same. You just got to be within 2 kilograms of each other. That's all, about £5 in it, something like that.
Sweet.
So after this, are you planning to have any more unlicensed fights this year?
Well, I say no, but then I get the itch again. So
is that how it works? So you'll just find yourself that
yeah, it's just addictive, isn't it? Well, don't you?
Is it the fighting that you find addictive, or is it the training?
Definitely the fighting, not the training. That's the hard bit.
Talk us through, so like 10 minutes before you're about to go in the ring, what's sort of going through your mind? Like, what's your mindset before you go into the fight? Are you nervous? Are you feeling pumped and stuff like that?
10 minutes before you're more excited, I'd say. It's the 3 hours before.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people, everybody's different. Some people like to listen to music and that and be on their own, but I don't. I like to be around my mates and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you still get nervous after that many fights?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, it never goes.
No.
But
I suppose then when you're walking up to the ring, then that's when you're starting feeling ready and stuff like that.
About 10 minutes before, you just pumped and ready to go.
Where do you go from, once you had a fight like that and you've had some success in the amateurs? What do you reckon it takes for someone to go into professional boxing, like from the amateurs? Do you reckon they just need a really good run, or what does it take for someone to become a professional in boxing?
Well, you can go. You can just go. I could go tomorrow, but obviously in the professionals, you've got good lads, and you've got a lot of journeymen in professional boxing. If you haven't got a good amateur background,
you normally tend to be a journeyman in professional boxing.
You just fight for the money. Basically, you get what, £600 to £800 or something a fight. And you need to be a good ticket seller as well.
Yeah,
I ain't the best ticket seller in the world, so you'd end up fighting away a lot.
Right.
So you could fight every week, but then eventually you're just going to get brain damage, aren't you?
Your body's going to give in on you before.
Yeah. There's only so many fights you can have.
So for most people, turning pro from the amateur ranks tends to be because the pedigree they've gained.
If you're doing well in the amateurs and you get to like the finals of the ABAs, you're that good, then you'll get looked after in the pros.
Okay.
Dan Kirby said, "What weight are the gloves?" I don't know if you heard it. If you already
in
said
the unlicensed, it's always different. The place I'm boxing at Saturdays, 16s. We've got another one in Birmingham on the 25th of November, and that'll be 12s.
Right. So it depends on the promotion.
Yeah. Sometimes it's 10s as well. So
Okay. What do you prefer? Do you have a preference of what weight you prefer to fight in?
I like the small gloves.
Yeah.
But
would you class yourself as a bit of a knockout specialist? Or?
No. Yeah, on the other end.
Receiving.
No, not really.
No.
Just quick.
Yeah. Cool.
Are you noticeably faster in lighter gloves, or is it the power that it gives you?
Well, yeah, you are a lot quicker, but it is hard to knock someone out with a 10/8 glove on. To be honest, in the pros they wear like 8s, don't they? And they're just basically nothing.
Yeah.
But that extra couple of ounce, it makes a lot of difference.
Makes a difference, doesn't it? Definitely.
Would you train for a fight in 16-ounce gloves anyway, just to have like heavier hands?
Oh God, yeah. And sometimes 18s, yeah.
So on the day, you really...
Yeah, you want to make it as difficult as you can, really.
Yeah.
But I put ankle weights on sometimes as well.
Yeah.
To make you faster on your feet. Only like a couple of kilogram on each leg.
Yeah.
That helps a lot, that does.
So that's for when you jump in the ring, you noticeably see the difference then?
Yeah. You just make everything twice as difficult until the fight.
Out of all your training techniques, which one would you say is the one you feel like works best for you when you are training, or the thing you couldn't do without in a training leading up to a fight?
Just plenty of sparring. Loads of sparring, as much sparring as you can do. Up the rounds. If you're fighting 3-2s, spar 4-3s with fresh lads each round. So they're always coming in fresh and you're tired. Because
it's not about the long distance runs anymore. It's about...
No.
Yeah.
How hard would you say to spar when you're training? What percentage? 50%?
Oh, all out.
Go
open
out.
spar, yeah.
100%.
Sometimes, you mix it up a bit, do a bit of technical.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You like to go? 'Cause I know some people obviously like to do it real light, don't they? And some people like to go.
Well, you do need to work. Sometimes, if it's getting a bit sloppy, you just got to keep it technical.
Yeah, definitely.
But plenty of running.
Right, okay. Right then. Well, good luck for next week, Dean.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm sure you do all right.
Up the Dean.
Moving on from that, if we have a look at the fights that have coming up, and a lot of talk once again from Kell Brook and Amir Khan on Twitter. Yeah. Kell Brook calling out Amir Khan for a fight in 2017. Is there still a need for that fight? Is there still do you reckon people still want to watch that fight as much as they did a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
No, what's the point?
Okay, I can see exactly what you're talking about, because I think what's happened with Kell Brook's been beaten by Golovkin.
Mm-hmm.
I think it had the glamour of it being sort of like Kell Brook, undefeated champion against Amir Khan. We're not too sure about Amir Khan. Nobody really knows whether or not he's the real deal or whether or not he's just to be honest with you, the way I see it with Oscar De La Hoya, I think he's put him in there to be knocked out in quite a few fights. And I don't think that Amir Khan is actually as bad as people think he is. So from my perspective, I'm actually looking forward to that fight. I'd be excited to see that fight. But I know that my man, Deej here, as usual, has a different opinion to me.
No, I think that fight is bigger in Britain than it is worldwide. I think Britain needs it to happen. I think it's another Wembley showcase. But I think Kell Brook wins easy.
Yeah, I think
Kell Brook wins that 100% of the time.
He's more powerful.
Every day of the week, man.
He's better on his feet.
Amir Khan's glass jaw won't stand it.
After that Triple G fight, I think Kell Brook did a lot for himself publicly. Yeah. A lot of people watched that and saw, even though he
take that sort of damage off him,
to walk away from that loss, I think that's done himself a world of good. People know who he is now. Well, they knew who he was already, but it's just raised his profile tenfold.
I think the thing is, you talk about sort of like George Groves versus Carl Froch, the first George Groves against Carl Froch, when by all intents and purposes, a lot of people had George Groves as winning that fight. And that made the second fight. So I think that's the effect that you're talking about. You're talking about the effect of he can take punishment from a big puncher, therefore he's automatically fantastic.
So the style of fighters, we talk about when they were on about trying to get it on. I remember them seeing them on ringside with Johnny Nelson. They were almost nose to nose at one point. But if you look at them now, they've both fought people higher weight categories. They've both put on weight for their fights. Is it still the same style of fight as it would have been a couple of years ago? Is it still as technically... To be
honest, I think they're both more comfortable now.
Do you reckon at that heavier weight?
Before the Golovkin fight, because I'm a fan of Khan, I'd have said that Khan had smashed Kell all day.
Right, okay.
After watching that, he's a big, strong puncher.
Yeah.
And I don't think Khan will handle that kind of power. But Khan's speed... Kell will really struggle with Khan's speed.
What do you think they fight at? Obviously, they've just both had fights with middleweights. Canelo and Triple G.
147, I think.
Yeah, Kell said 147, hasn't he?
Is that the one?
No, I can't hear that.
All right, okay. Do you want to say what you said again?
Kell said it'll be 147.
Right, okay. So is that the one above welterweight or?
That is welterweight.
That is well. So they would be going back to welterweight.
Yeah, they should. Yeah,
it's where they're both natural anyway, so it makes sense to do it there.
Definitely.
But is that really their natural weight anymore?
Nah, Brooks said it isn't, hasn't he? He said he felt pretty strong up at light middle. Was it light middle?
No, he fought middleweight.
Middle, that one. He wants to get to light middle, doesn't he? 154.
Super welterweight meant for me. Meet in the middle. Because I think when you're a puncher like Kell, Kell Brook is a puncher. This is the other thing people seem to talk about him as though he's like a speed fighter. He's not. He's
technically good as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But he is a puncher, and I think Amir Khan's one of these. It's not a puncher. So it's stars make fights. I think that's a perfect fight.
So. What would you say Amir Khan's style is?
It's just all speed, isn't it?
Yeah,
his footwork's not that great, I don't think.
No? Because he's done a lot of work with that. He's gone through...
He doesn't plan... Well, then again, since he's been with Virgil Hunter, he's been a lot better on his feet. But before, he was just... He didn't plant his feet. He's losing a lot of power there.
Why did he stop working with Freddie Roach? Do we know? Because
he was making him all aggressive. Yeah, and when he was so aggressive, he was careless.
Right, okay. So he's actually...
But he used to... His aggressiveness then was like what Pacquiao used to do to people. He'd just blow them away. But then, if he got caught, whereas if Pacquiao got caught, he could take it.
Yeah.
That was the difference.
Whereas Khan couldn't. But now he's a lot more defensive. But I don't think he's effective anymore as he was.
He doesn't plant his feet properly. When you're exactly right in what you're saying, because it's almost like when he's moving, he's off balance. Yeah, and I believe that's one of the biggest reasons why he gets knocked out as often as he does, because his body position's all strange because he's throwing so many punches.
Yeah.
I don't think he's as bad a fighter as people think he is, but I think he gets knocked out because of poor technique.
So if we were to go around the table now and we were to ask everyone's opinion on who wins that fight, what are we saying, Corey? Who wins for you?
Kell Brook.
Too
powerful. Too much of a bigot.
I'm probably going to say Kell Brook. Yeah.
Foz?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Kell Brook too.
Yeah, Kell Brook.
I don't think it'll happen. I feel obliged to say Amir Khan, but
I'm going fifth or sixth round.
Yeah, I'd say fifth or sixth.
Yeah,
he'll counter him. He'll wait for him to. He'll throw a load of shots, first, second, third, fourth, counter him, and then just
Do you reckon someone once they've fought Triple G, they walk away with the way he walked away? Do you reckon that's upped his confidence compared to how 100%. Amir Khan lost to Canelo?
Yeah.
that could almost like destroy his confidence a little bit.
The Canelo fight is what made the Triple G fight, wasn't it? Really, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Amir Khan doesn't fight Canelo. Kell Brook doesn't fight
Triple G.
Yeah. He doesn't.
No.
That fight was literally an answer to Khan fighting.
Yeah.
I thought it was because Chris Eubanks and his dad couldn't find any pens, but
That's obviously Eubank Warrior code, mate. That's what it is.
if I win, I win. But yeah, so we're going to go Kell Brook around the table for that one, 5th or 6th round.
Well, come on then. Why do you think it'd be Amir Khan then? I sense that you feel like it might be though.
I just, judging by the opponents and who they fought recently, if you look at who Amir Khan's fought, like you said, I don't think we've seen him. I'd like to see him in England training. I'd like to see him having more fights. Someone, if he was just looked after a little bit better, I'd like to see his potential. I just don't want to make a call. If I was to put a bet on, I wouldn't like to do it because you don't know what he's done, you know?
But Oscar De La Hoya, right? Do you think he's good for Amir Khan?
I think Oscar De La Hoya is good for a lot of boxers.
But do you think he's good for Amir Khan? And I'll say why I mean that, why I'm asking that question.
Oscar De La Hoya, I think Oscar De La Hoya is a big, he's such a big name in boxing in America, and is it the Mexican connection? Has he got a Mexican connection, Oscar De La Hoya?
I'm not sure.
I don't want to presume anything, but I'd like to think that if you got someone from a different country, it's a bit like Eddie Hearn signed Ortiz recently for Matchroom, the Cuban heavyweight. Yeah. It's like, who's Eddie Hearn going to look after more? Anthony Joshua, Dillian White,
there you go,
or Ortiz? And
this is what I'm saying. Amir Khan, he's clearly a fighter that needs to be protected. Clearly, I mean, if he keeps taking these knockout punches, he's going to be in trouble. Yeah. And I think it's about time that he came back to England. I think he needs to move himself back to England if he wants to be successful.
Yeah. Is anyone? I completely agree with that. I think he should be fighting in England again.
Moving on, looking at Matchroom and what they've got planned at the moment with regards to some of their fighters, we were talking about Anthony Joshua, and it's been confirmed tonight that Wladmir Klitschko is injured. He won't be fighting December the 10th. Eddie Hearn's come out and confirmed that tonight.
Calf injury.
It's calf injury. But
how bad can that actually be?
I suppose if you look at Klitschko's age, he's 40 now, 41. They don't recover quick from these injuries.
I can't see that one. I can't see that coming back now.
You know, a 40-year-old compared to like a 20-year-old, you might be able to get over a calf injury in time, but it might,
45.
Yeah, so I suppose there's a difference there.
Well, David Hay got over his toe, so anything's possible.
David Hay got over his toe, but he couldn't get over my tweet the other week.
What was that all about?
Yeah, let's talk about why Sean Horn got banned, got blocked by
we spoke about
David Hay.
We spoke about this before. I don't want David Hay knocking on my door, but I just said that
Bridge North.
I just said that I thought it's a shame that Dillian White and David Allen were fighting each other, two great heavyweight prospects.
You didn't call him SpongeBob SquarePants.
I didn't call him SpongeBob, and I didn't call him Sideshow Bob. So he didn't like it, and he blocked me.
Well, he's the one that's missing out.
He is missing out. Sort your life out, David.
We'll get you on the show, Dave. Get down here, Bridge North. Give us a call.
So yeah, but looking back again at these fights coming up, it's David Price has called out Anthony Joshua, and there's an interesting spin on it. There's a lot of stories like this come out, but apparently David Price knocked out Anthony Joshua.
Everybody knocked out Anthony Joshua when they were sparring, according to every single heavyweight fighter.
Do you reckon Eddie Hearn says that to him before? We'll get the fight, mate. Just say you knocked him out in sparring. The only one I know what's true is Dillian White did actually beat him in the ABA, like in the amateurs.
It's recorded, isn't it?
And it's recorded. And I think Dillian White, when he's fit and healthy, and he's not, because apparently he was injured, and he looked overweight. He didn't look sharp for the job.
The thing, if you're not going to get ready for that fight, are you ever going to get ready for a fight?
To be fair, though, to Anthony Joshua, that was he'd only just started in the boxing then.
That was one of his first
White
fights.
I think he was a championship kickboxer or something.
Yeah, apparently he's done a lot of different types of fighting as well.
He was just inexperienced. He had his chin right in the air, didn't he, swinging in. It's one of them things.
The thing is with like accusations about being knocking people out in sparring and this and that, it's all well and good saying it when no one's seen it.
Yeah, because
anyone could go, I sparred with him and I knocked him out.
Yeah, the amount of times you hear it now on ringside.
Because it's pointless. Like if the only time someone's going to believe you is if you get in the ring and do it for real.
Yeah.
A lot of it, like even Conor McGregor over in the States at the moment, they're trying. Someone's apparently knocked him out.
Somebody come out about it and got knocked out in sparring. It didn't happen. Do you know what I mean? Don't believe everything people say. They're just trying to say it to hype themselves up.
Have you ever been knocked out in sparring, Dean? I don't mean that to be like I'm not. But have you seen it? Have you seen?
I've been put on the floor, body shot.
Have you seen anyone being knocked out in sparring with the head guards on and stuff?
Not knocked out. I've seen a few knockdowns.
But not the proper knockouts.
Yeah.
But it can easily happen. I mean, if you're in a gym and you're all pretty skilled blokes sparring, it only takes one mistake.
It does. You spar
Do you know what I
hundreds
mean?
and hundreds of rounds, don't you? It happens.
I think like Dean was saying, they're bringing fresh fighters in and you're tired. Tiredness has a big effect on you being knocked out.
When you are training and sparring, I suppose you're creating the environment to be on the back foot, to be at your best when it's all going off around you. So back to that. David Price is meant to be boxing Anthony Joshua, and he said he's knocked him out before. And David Price I watched his last fight in Germany, and he was fighting someone who looked like my granddad. It wasn't. It just seems a bit
from down the pub.
Yeah, he looked like it was just a big Polish guy. I think it was with loads of tattoos, really fat, and he just waved his hands halfway through the second round, saying,
"Don't want to know,
no more."
Yeah.
So David Price, I know he's
what about him? I prefer to see him versus Parker, man.
Joseph Parker.
Yeah, that was such a good fight.
Better shout.
Parker doesn't want that fight, according to Eddie Hearn. Parker's not interested.
It'd be such a good fight. That's the best fight.
Yeah, I agree.
Or Deontay Wilder.
Well, you're talking. Exactly. But the problem is it's the way Eddie Hearn's working. He wants Klitschko.
Yeah.
And Klitschko's not interested. Klitschko wants an easy fight in Germany, and who can blame him at the end of the day?
Exactly.
They just all need to fight each other, don't they? There's just so many good fights in that division now.
Definitely,
and it's
come alive, hasn't it?
Going back to what we were talking about, David Price and Anthony Joshua. I worry for David Price.
Yeah, I don't think they should show. I don't think they should show the fight live.
People give Hay a lot of stick, and we will talk about Hay and Sek about fighting nobodies. And I'm not saying David Price is nobody, but he surely needs to fight more people like David Allen. Before he gets the Anthony Joshua fight.
Yeah,
I mean, that fight shouldn't be on telly. That's going to be.
I want to see Anthony Joshua fight someone decent.
This is the problem. The problem is his ranking with all of everybody apart from the IBF is abysmal.
Anthony Joshua's.
If you look at Anthony Joshua's rankings, he's only really ranked by the IBF. So it's going to be very difficult for him to get world championship fights unless they're made by Eddie Hearn. And Eddie Hearn's obviously not able to make these fights. Is my only criticism, I think.
It's the other thing we were saying as well, like last week and the week before, we said it loads about wrapping fighters in cotton wool.
Yeah.
Like promoters and that don't want their best fighters to fight anyone good because they don't want them to lose.
It's all about the money, isn't it, nowadays?
When do you reckon that situation becomes actually harmful to the fighter for fighting?
Well, it does. I think it does straight away.
Yeah.
How do you know you're the best unless you fought the best?
I think I can't.
That belt he won. Is he really worthy of that belt? Is a vacant belt?
Is it really a world championship?
Exactly.
When you look at the guys that haven't got world titles, who are fighting below. Yeah. Well,
So
I can't remember who he was fighting, but it was about 3 fights ago, Joshua, and he won. I think it was second round.
Obviously,
and I'm looking, thinking, come on, man, come on. Like,
your first 2 or 3 professional fights, sort of don't throw them in at the deep end. But after they've beaten sort of 2 or 3, half decent blokes, then you've got to start putting good people against good people. Yeah. Because that's when if someone's actually good or not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I think. Anyway.
What do you think about this, Dean, as a fighter?
Well, that's it, isn't it? I don't know if any of you have heard of a guy called Vasyl Lomachenko.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Look at him. They threw him in with Orlando Salido for a world title in his second fight, and I don't know how, but he lost. But he shouldn't have lost that, really.
No.
He's probably the best fighter on the planet.
I watch his videos on YouTube a lot. He's
unbelievable. He's had 7 or 8 now, and he's won 2 world titles in 2 different weights.
Yeah.
So that just...
What a joke that you're having to watch him on YouTube. Like, why isn't this guy on Sky Sports?
That's it.
Yeah.
Why isn't boxing on terrestrial TV anymore?
Doesn't make enough money, does it?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
That's going to be the only reason, isn't it? Pay-per-view, isn't it?
Sky and a monopoly again, isn't it?
But the same thing again, do people, paying for pay-per-view fights really want to go and watch, say, Anthony Joshua fight someone they know he's going to beat? Wouldn't you much rather pay for a pay-per-view fight that you know is going to be a great battle?
I think a lot of it is, and people on Twitter do this, like they talk about the casual fans.
Yeah.
The casuals, boxing casual fans.
Yeah.
That's it.
And they give them a lot of stick in that because they want the easy products. They want to see Anthony Joshua at the O2 beat someone easy and quick. And they're not really shopping around and looking at what else is going on. Like they've probably not heard of Lemchenko or someone like that. So for them and for Matchroom and people like that, it's easier to put a fight on for them.
For me, though, I mean, I'm not, the biggest boxing fan in the world. I'm not going to say loads about it. But I'd much prefer to see a fight of, say, Anthony Joshua Deontay Wilder, whatever, Joseph Parker fight that's going to be good.
Yeah.
There's actually, you don't know who's going to win because that's,
risk,
to me, that's a fight, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's risk. It's about risk. I mean, look at it from Eddie Hearn's perspective. He's got a banker. He's probably going to make another £200 million off Anthony Joshua before he quits.
Yeah.
Regardless of who he fights. But if he puts him in against Deontay Wilder and he loses, he's
game over,
sacrificing £100 million.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
So this is why I think a lot of people are now getting annoyed with David Haye.
Yeah.
And we put on last week, as soon as the Tony Bellew fight finished, All Things Fight put a tweet out as a poll and asked for people to vote who they'd like to see David Haye fight next. And we had Anthony Joshua on there, Wladmir Klitschko, Tony Bellew, and I think the other one was Tyson Fury or something like that. I can't remember. Was it Tyson?
I think it was.
It was Tyson Fury. I know there's 4 options, and for me, I would like to have seen David Haye fight Wladimir Klitschko again, because that fight.
Nah, that's boring, man.
I know,
That's
but he had that injury first time round. I'd like to see if he could avenge it this time round.
For me, I just don't find that attractive.
Well, majority of Twitter people, they 3% said they agreed with you. Like that was like there was only 3% people said they wanted to watch that.
Yeah.
So what are you saying then, Corey? Who do you want to see him fight?
I think Tony Bellew fight is a great one at the catch weight at £2 and £10.
The Tony Bellew fight sells.
Of course it does. I mean, they've obviously, they've got history together.
Yeah.
And you seen obviously after his fight, was it last weekend?
Yep.
Yeah. It's just a great fight in it. Tony Bellew's more aggressive, but I think it's a great fight. I think
It was Shannon Briggs, I said. Sorry, Shannon Briggs.
Yeah.
Let's go, champ.
Anthony Joshua, Tony Bellew, Wladimir Klitschko, and 40% of people said they wanted to see Tony Bellew. But
I would just say that I love Shannon Briggs.
Do you love Shannon?
I think he is the best thing to happen to boxing.
He's so motivational.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. The guy is hilarious. Have you seen the video on YouTube of chasing Wladimir Klitschko around?
Yeah.
And Wladimir Klitschko.
He knocks him off a boat.
Wladimir Klitschko's there wakeboarding, and he's there. Let's go, champ! Let's go, champ! Class. You're not watching Shannon, but I love you.
Oh, Shannon's just.
See, Shannon's not blocking anyone. Hey, but yeah. So, for instance, Tony Bellew and Haye, that did cause some drama.
What
at the time
happens
last week.
with a catch weight then? It's just like a nothing. It's just like a nothing fight, isn't it?
How do people feel about like catch weights?
Where they both, where they're both comfortable.
But it doesn't like they're never gonna.
There'd be no titles met or anything like that on the line.
Well, there wouldn't be anyway.
No. Tony Bellew was a cruiserweight world champion.
But yeah, there's never going to give up his belt in a catchweight, is it?
No.
Would David Haye go back down to cruiserweight for that fight?
David Haye said no.
I don't think he
205. They've said, haven't they? 205.
210.
210.
Yeah.
He's his age. Can you imagine losing that much weight?
Yeah, and he's got so much muscle.
It's not that much weight, though, is it? Heavyweight to cruiserweight.
It's
only 2 weight classes, isn't it?
He's the biggest he's ever been right now.
I don't even know.
It's
I
only
think
2 weight
one
classes,
weight class.
or is it 3 weight classes?
No,
it's heavyweight, cruiserweight, light heavyweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it won't be that much to lose, will it?
No, I think it's light heavyweight, then
Cruiser.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
what
and
I'm
then
saying.
heavyweight. So, David Haye vs Tony Bellew.
Yeah.
What do we think? Who's going to win? I'll go start with you, Dean. What are you saying?
I say David Haye. David Haye's good. And he's a killer at cruiserweight as well, so if he does meet him at lighter, he's too small to be heavyweight.
Yeah.
But he is good, Haye. So I'm going to say Haye.
John?
I'll go for Haye based on the fact that I don't think Tony Bellew's got a very good jaw. And I think what David Haye has got is a massive right hand. So I just think it's a mismatch from that perspective.
Definitely David Haye. Too fast, hits too hard. Bellew won't stand up to him.
Okay, I reckon that we're going to go for... I'm going to go for David Haye. Purely because I just think technically he's better than Bellew.
Yeah.
And he's the bigger man meeting in the fight. And I think Bellew's got a lot of heart, but you just see him in that Malubu. Was it Malubu?
Yeah.
That he went down though in that first round because he left himself too open, too aggressive straight away. Yeah. And I think he'll fight with his heart in his sleeve.
Haye will counter him.
And Haye will pick him off. Corey?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with all you boys.
I don't know if you've seen the sparring of Haye and what's his name?
Deontay Wilder.
Deontay Wilder.
Haye schools him, doesn't he?
Yeah, he schools all of them. He's just needs to get his act together, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So,
What does it take for someone like Anthony Joshua and someone like David Haye to actually end up fighting each other?
it's just got to...
It's got to be a championship bout, hasn't it, I think?
It's money.
That's right, yeah.
It's got to be the right
It's
money.
always got to be the money, hasn't it? A fight like that. It won't happen for 3 years, I don't think.
It would be a good fight.
If it does happen, say it's going to happen this weekend come in, who do you think wins?
Well, Haye
David
wants
Haye.
it now. Haye will win now.
Yeah.
3 years' time, he's only going to get better. Haye's going to
Literally
get
got that
slower.
bang on. If it happens right now,
That's why Hayes screaming for it now.
We
isn't
talk
Do you reckon
about.
Hayes, obviously just his experience, would just be too much for Joshua?
he?
or-
Yeah, way too much. Yeah.
I think the ability to take Joshua into the final rounds of a fight is what's going to make somebody beat Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, he hasn't been there, has he?
That's why I
never
think
been there.
Tyson Fury will beat him because
Yeah,
it'll be
there you
tricky
go.
all fight. And
These-
he'd be
these-
boring and tricky and moving away
Yeah.
and picking him off.
Awkward.
I think Joshua beats Fury.
Nah, no way.
But you're not a big, massive Tyson Fury fan, are you, dude?
These extremely. I personally think that the more experienced a fighter is, the more able they are to take him into the later rounds.
Yeah.
And I think with Anthony Joshua, we don't. That's uncharted territory.
Yeah.
And that's
Even
it.
if you look at the fact that when he fought Dylan White, he rocked him. Hay hits harder.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Do you know what I
Hayes
mean? Like-
does hit. He can hit quite hard.
They call
I'm
him
not
the
surprised,
haymaker.
mate.
Yeah.
He's a heavyweight boxer, mate.
They call me,
It's not going to be pillow hands, is
they
it?
call me Big H Small Organ, but that doesn't mean anything. So yeah, we're going to go with if you had the three together, Hay, Fury, Joshua, at this moment in time, if Fury was completely fit,
Fury.
who wins out the three?
Hay beats or two. Or three,
Fury.
I think.
Fury beats both of them.
Fury beats both
Too
of them.
big and too awkward.
Yeah.
Too big and too awkward, man.
You
As
go
you know
Fury?
yourself, when you spar tall people,
It
it's
is
It's a
hard.
nightmare.
It is hard
to get inside,
hard
and
work.
he
Yeah.
can fight left-handed, fight right-handed. He can fight left-handed for 12 rounds.
Yeah. Joshua hasn't fought no one as tall as him yet, has he?
I'll tell you what we do. We'll put a poll out on Twitter as well to see what people are saying.
Do you know why I think Hay would beat Tyson Fury? Because he beat Valuev.
Yeah.
That's a good shout. Good shout.
To be honest, I
can't
thought,
see
because
it.
I had tickets to watch the fight when that was announced before. When was it? 2012,
Yeah.
the first one. And I honestly thought he'd have killed Fury then. But no, I don't think he would.
He's just like, I don't know what everyone gives him
He's a
grief.
bit
doesn't
clumsy,
Fury,
isn't he,
but he's-
Fury?
He's clumsy, but that's what makes him better, I think.
Yeah.
I think sometimes
We've seen him get knocked down quite a few times.
Have
as
you
well.
seen him punch
sometimes he
himself
does
in the
things
face?
that he doesn't mean to do.
Hey,
I've seen Fury punch himself in the face.
That was pretty.
But that's the
funny.
thing with him. Like, sometimes I think he does things that I don't think he means to do, but they actually come off in his favour.
like an
That's what I think.
idiot
He's like a
savant.
clumsy fighter and he's awkward, but that's what makes him so good.
Singing Aerosmith to his missus.
Yeah,
like Mr. Bean. Like he will do.
yeah. Like the heavyweight boxing champion version of Mr. Bean.
I'll put that in the podcast title then. Right, okay, so we've said about people fighting with their heart on the sleeves, Tony Bellew, that might be his downfall. Last weekend, Frankie Gavin and Sam Egerton.
What a fight!
Technically, neither fighter was the best, but because it was a local derby, a local Birmingham derby, the standard of boxing was amazing. And like to watch it for free on Sky, it was great.
they've been put in the category for fight of the year for that as well. haven't they?
Free on Sky.
Well, free on Sky. Free. It wasn't a.
It wasn't pay-per-view.
It wasn't pay-per-view, but it was just a cracking fight. It was amazing to watch. Frankie Gavin, a couple of days before the fight or the day before the fight, didn't make weight. He come in too heavy, and I think that showed in the fight that he was coming unstuck. His fitness sort of probably let him down. And Sam Egerton, being a taller, bigger guy, just kept on walking onto all the shots that Gavin was throwing, and he managed to drop him in the seventh with a nasty body shot. The ref called it. So, do you see Sam Egerton having a big future, Dean?
Yeah, he's good. Frankie Gavin's he was a world amateur champion, so
Yeah.
he's up there with the best. He just,
Do you think Frankie Gavin needs to go away and get his head down and train with the right people, and you'll see more?
Yeah.
Do you think they run about him fighting at a lower weight class? Like,
he just can't. If
He can't make the weight he's at now.
that's what I thought, but that's what his coach said at the end. He goes, we're going to try him in try and get him
Then
in a
you
lower
just,
weight class.
as you're getting older, you get heavier, things get heavier, your bones get heavier, and then when you're trying to make that weight again, something's not there. It's because you're naturally heavier, so you lose. I don't know whether it's your muscle you're losing. You're just not the same. That's why, as you get older,
You go up the weight categories.
yeah.
I think Chris Eubanks went all the way up to
Even if it's about
He ended up in Calzagi's weight.
yeah, he did.
yeah, like what's the super middleweight? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
light heavyweight, I think.
Nah,
Possibly.
super middle.
Super middle. So, Sam Egerton, what do we think? Is he going to go on?
I don't see it because I think the problem with Egerton is that he hasn't got the technical skills that you need to really break the British Commonwealth sort of international level. I think
Go up that,
once you're going
Yeah.
up, you're coming up against blokes who not only can mix it but are technically good fighters, and I think he'll struggle.
See,
He's kind of following the same sort of line as Crawler.
yeah.
Coming on
Yeah.
quite late.
Crawler's a good fighter.
Nobody. Apart from the sort of big boxing fans, not a lot of people know his name.
Yeah, it's that thing about the casuals again, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
But I can see what you're saying about Crowley. You know, he's come up late because he was a bit of a journeyman at the start, wasn't he?
He's lost 4, hasn't he, now? Yeah, that was brutal, that was.
That last fight he had, Jorge Linares, he's brilliant, Jorge. He's an ex-sparring partner for Pacquiao.
And then he's got the rematch, little rematch clause there, so he's guaranteed to get that fight again.
Yeah.
So I think regarding that's kind of covering everything. I know regarding the UFC, a quick announcement. Ronda Rousey is
back in December, I think the first fight back is.
Who's she fighting?
Amanda Nunes.
And what do you think about it?
It's a tough one because Ronda Rousey, don't get me wrong, she's a great fighter, but everyone knows like how poor her strike. Well, not poor, but her striking is her sort of weakness.
Yeah. And
Nunes is a great striker. Mm-hmm. So I know she's brought some like top people in to train, like to do striking with her. Like, don't get me wrong, like, jiu-jitsu and wrestling is unreal.
Yeah.
But you've seen against Holly Holm, she can't. If she's trying to stand up and trades, it's game over for her. That's the problem with MMA. You've got to be able to have a good blend of both.
Styles.
Realistically. I mean, some people are that good in one or the other. They can, use it to their advantage.
Yeah.
But if she gets into if she wants to try and stand up and trade, I think she's going to be in a lot of trouble. First fight back, I don't know how fresh she's going to be.
She
coming off
rust.
the last fight she had was a big loss as well.
Yeah,
devastated her.
Dean, you've gone from boxing. You've had a crack at doing some Thai boxing training and a couple of fights here and there. You know, when you come against someone who's like well versed in Thai boxing, and you're obviously coming from more of a boxing background, is it a shock? Is it hard to deal with?
It is Thai boxing because there's 8 things you got to look out for, whereas boxing is just 2, and that's all enough.
Yeah.
Then when you get someone who's good, I had a spar with a lad called Gary Price, from Reaper's Gym.
Yeah,
and he was just really good. Like,
you've just got so much more. You've got to
so much to
concentrate
think
on.
About, yeah,
you've got to think. Especially, Thai boxing, MMA, you've got to think, I'm going to get taken down, I'm going to get submitted, I'm going to get knocked out, I'm going to get kicked. So it's kind of like, it's two different worlds, really. So it's one, you've got loads more, you've got to keep your wits about you so much more, like, defensive-wise, anyway. But I think it's, for Ronda Rousey, I don't know, it's a tough one, mate. It's a big fight as well.
Let's do a quick prediction of the Ronda Rousey fight, who we think's going to win that next. I know you boys don't know so much about the UFC, but
Ronda Rousey, because I've heard of her.
Okay.
Literally the same answer.
Okay, so you've got 2 Ronda Rousey.
She's pretty good looking, so we'll go with her.
I'm going Nunes.
I'm going to go Nunes.
Yeah.
I don't really know, so...
Can I change it to Nunes?
The only reason is for a first fight back.
I saw Ronda Rousey with The Rock once, man.
Now you're talking.
It's a big fight. For her, it's a big fight to come back and win.
Yeah.
Especially the loss that she had last time. I can't see her winning.
So you got her out as the outsider.
What do you got to remember though? Holly Holm, she was like the Floyd Mayweather of the women's boxing.
She's great.
There was no way she was gonna. She had to just try and get her down. And she was just an awkward.
She tried to
Ronda Rousey, she got sucked into Holly Holm's game plan. That's a problem.
Yeah.
She tried
just
to
chasing her,
outstrike her.
Another fighter who fought with their heart on the sleeve, and that was.
Well, that's the thing. I think she got in her head that she's the best thing to happen to women's MMA. Do you know what I mean? Which she was untouchable at one point, and she thought She probably thought I can beat her standing up. I can beat her own game. And that's a silly thing to do when you got someone that's as prolific as Holly Holm striking.
Yeah.
To try and play them at their own game, and you see what happened. She got absolutely destroyed.
Okay, so it looks like we're going for Nunes on that one, lads. And finally, the big announcement. I say big. It's fairly big. We All Things Fight are covering, doing a live stream of the next UWCB event on the 27th of November at the Parking Hotel.
Which is ultra white collar boxing for anyone that doesn't know what that
stands for. Yeah, ultra white collar boxing. That's the event I myself took part in when I first had my first boxing match, and it's all money is raised for charity for cancer research. Yeah. So it's going for a good cause. Hopefully on the night, everyone who's sat here around the table is going to be there. We got interviews with fighters before and after they go into the ring. And we're also providing live commentary, so it should be quite good. Apparently there's a few people going to be turning up there, some special guests. I won't say anything because I can't confirm it in case they don't.
Yeah, we won't say anything just in case we can't actually get hold of these people.
Yeah, because we'll be like, oh, you're the special guest. Come say hello.
I'm not a special guest, it's Sean.
John's dad's going to have a chat with us. So make sure you tune in on November the 27th. So yeah, I'd say that's it from us tonight. Thank you, Corey.
Thanks, you, Sean.
Dan, Dean, there's
Thank you very much.
Good luck next week in Cannock.
Yeah,
Cheers.
Good luck, Dean.
If my dad wasn't up, I'd be there. But hopefully we'll try and get some tickets sold for you. Check you out on Facebook. And cheers, fellas, Foz and Deej. Thank you for coming.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
boys.
And Dan, cheers once again.
Cheers, Dan.
Thank you.
Cheers.